An unusual black magic ritual was performed to summon a jinn from the Anjar clan, which was supposed to eliminate everyone related by blood to a specific person within 5 nights. However, what happened after summoning the jinn would leave you completely horrified. Today, I have brought you a movie based on the most controversial true story in Indonesia. 2 sisters, Irma and Wulan, have left the city to visit Iksan in a remote village. They came there because of Galing, the son of Irma's maternal aunt, whom Irma loves madly. However, there is doubt about whether their relationship will lead to marriage because they are cousins. Iksan is involved in black magic and commanding jinns. Irma gives him some money and uses her sister Wulan as a medium to learn through the jinn that Galing is not the perfect husband for her. The jinn reveals that in the future, he will be the cause of Irma's death. The story moves forward 12 years from this point. Galing is now a married man living a happy life with his wife, Nisa, and their only daughter, Sophia. But because she was a premature baby, Sophia's optic nerves were damaged, and she has been blind since birth. To celebrate her birthday today, Irma, Wulan, and their mother, Farah, have come to visit the house. The condition of Galing's mother, Rifa, is not very good. She is bedridden, and no treatment seems to be helping her recover. During their conversation, Irma pulls Galing aside to speak with him privately. They were in a relationship for 3 years, but according to Rifa, Galing did not want to continue the relationship with Irma after getting married. Although Galing has forgotten his old memories, Irma has not been able to. She still loves him madly. Not only that, Irma is carrying Galing's child. The more Galing tries to cut ties with her, the more Irma clings to him. Because of this, regular phone calls and showing up at Galing's workplace without permission have become common. Similarly, one night, Irma goes to meet Galing at his warehouse. When an argument breaks out regarding their relationship and the child, Galing pushes her in a fit of rage, causing Irma to lose her baby. With the last bond of her relationship with Galing destroyed, she falls into a state of mental trauma. As a result, all her resentment falls upon Nisa. One day, without telling anyone, Irma sets out for Iksan's hideout. She hands over all her savings along with some of Wulan's jewelry and tells him to remove Nisa from Galing's life. She doesn't care about the sacrifices she has made so far. She just wants Nisa dead. Iksan explains that among the evil jinn clans, the Anjar hate Muslims the most. For this reason, he will summon one through black magic to complete Irma's task. This jinn will kill Nisa and everyone related to her by blood within 5 nights. Hearing this, Irma remembers Sophia, who is still a young child. She has no grudge against the girl. She worries that while seeking revenge on Nisa, the girl will also die. But what is the point of thinking so much? Her own unborn child had died too. So, hardening her heart, she gives her consent to Iksan, and the black magic begins. First, they need Nisa's hair, nails, or blood, along with a severed buffalo head, its intestines, and a severed leg from a freshly buried corpse. Iksan arranges these things on his own, but Nisa's personal items were still needed. Therefore, one day in Galing's absence, Irma comes to his house to meet Sophia and gathers Nisa's hair stuck in a comb from the bathroom. She needed nails next, but after easily finding Nisa's menstrual pad in the trash, Irma's task became much simpler. As a result, the process of summoning the jinn begins. The time is 3 a.m. Galing is fast asleep. Nisa was performing the Tahajjud prayer at that time. Suddenly, a severed buffalo head appears in front of her. Instantly, blood and buffalo intestines were sprayed all over her body. Hearing the scream, Galing rushes in but sees nothing there. He assumes it was all just in Nisa's head. In the morning, while Nisa is home alone, a strange change occurs when she picks up Sophia's doll. She begins cutting both the doll's hair and her own with scissors, then starts eating them. The next evening, when Galing returns from work, Nisa tells him about the strange events happening at the house and with her. But being extremely exhausted, he pays no attention to these words. Meanwhile, when Wulan cannot find her jewelry, she confronts Irma and learns that she had gone to Iksan's place again. Wulan tries hard to make her understand, but Irma is consumed by revenge. However, That night, a supernatural event happens to Irma where she sees Wulan in a terrifying form beside her. But in reality, no one was there. Meanwhile, Nisa's condition is not very good. Whenever she sits down to pray, her mind becomes disturbed, and she vomits blood along with worms. In the morning, while washing Rifa's face, she suddenly tries to strangle her. But a moment later, she regains her senses and asks for forgiveness, realizing her mistake. She has no idea what's happening to her. Finally, composed, she goes to get hot water for Rifa. Mysteriously, the bedridden Rifa suddenly gets up on her own and dies by pouring boiling soup over her body in the kitchen. Nisa had no choice but to watch her death right before her eyes. Neighbors and people from the mosque gather at the house. Neighbors have started making up stories about Rifa's death. Some say that because she was bedridden for so long, Nisa might have killed her. Others believe someone performed black magic on Rifa. However, just before the funeral prayer, Nisa becomes possessed and Rifa's body begins to rise, moving in a horrifying way. Seeing her, no one has any doubt that Nisa is under the control of a jinn. The Imam manages to calm her down but realizes that worse times are coming for Nisa. Therefore, he warns Galing to stay alert. At night, while Galing was resting after finishing the burial work, he wakes up to a strange noise. Going down to the basement, he is shocked to see multiple jinns sitting around Nisa. Seeing this horrific scene, Galing loses consciousness. Later, he sees that instead of Nisa, he is now lying there wrapped in a burial shroud, surrounded by a group of jinns. Sophia's voice suddenly snaps him out of the nightmare. However, after this incident, Galing begins to believe Nisa's words that there truly is something in this house. He seeks advice from the Imam, who gives Galing a bottle of blessed water to apply to Nisa's forehead right before prayer. Meanwhile, when Rifa's spirit haunts Nisa, Galing somehow manages to control her. The moment he applies the water to her forehead, Nisa lets out a horrifying scream and loses control over herself. But the incident was not limited to Galing's house. Farah also strangely falls under the control of the jinn. That day, while alone at home, she suddenly loses control over herself. She dies a horrific death after eating shards of broken glass. Returning home, the two daughters see their mother's horrific death. Irma realizes that she is responsible for the deaths of both her mother and Rifa. She tells her sister everything, from Galing destroying her baby to her performing black magic at Iksan's place out of anger. But the question now is, Iksan said the jinn would finish everyone related to Nisa's bloodline, so why did Farah and Rifa die? Just then, the afternoon call to prayer echoes from the mosque. Suddenly, Nisa starts screaming on the balcony, climbs onto a table, and attempts to hang herself with a rope. But Galing arrives just in time to save her, though the incident has a significant impact on him. Galing calls the Imam, who tells him to bring Nisa to the mosque tonight. A short while later, Irma meets Galing and tells him that she is actually responsible for all of this. But now, there is no point in blaming each other because Irma's baby was lost because of Galing. Regardless of who is guilty, the jinn must be stopped to survive. As Irma prepares to take Wulan to Iksan's hideout, Wulan becomes possessed. She attacks Irma, who tries to save herself somehow. But finally, before her eyes, the jinn kills Wulan by tearing her scalp apart. Irma realizes that the jinn is wiping out the entire family without following blood relations. And now it is Nisa and Galing's turn. Meanwhile, at the mosque, as everyone begins preparations to heal Nisa, Irma reaches Iksan's hideout. Irma tells him to stop the jinn, but it is impossible to send back the Anjar jinn until the task it was summoned for is completed. However, in this case, Iksan had said the jinn would kill everyone in Nisa's bloodline, so why did Farah, Wulan, and Rifa die? By then, as the Imam begins the process of driving out the jinn, Nisa goes out of control. As the jinn unleashes its full power and inflicts unbearable pain, Irma suddenly becomes possessed along with Nisa. As a result, Irma meets a tragic death as the bones in her body shatter. The jinn inside Nisa has now reached its full power and tries to strangle Galing. The Imam knocks Nisa unconscious to stop the jinn's attack. But suddenly, to everyone's shock, Sophia appears at the mosque in a possessed state. And with this event, the real mystery is revealed. The day Irma went to their house to get Nisa's hair and blood for the black magic, Sophia had her first period the day before. By mistake, Irma had taken Sophia's menstrual pad instead of Nisa's. Because of this, Sophia's blood was used in the black magic instead of Nisa's blood from the very beginning. As a result, the jinn was wiping out Galing's family instead of Nisa's family. Just as Sophia lifts Galing into the air by his throat, the Imam finally overpowers the jinn and saves Sophia, but Galing dies. And that's how this horrifying tragedy comes to an end. After this, at the end of the movie, several news articles are shown. A family was rescued in a horrific condition from the basement of a mosque in Pandeglang Regency, Indonesia. The man in the family died of a broken neck. His only daughter and wife were admitted to the hospital in an unconscious state. The police recovered the bodies of the man's two cousins from different locations. The woman's condition is currently critical. However, although the girl is now completely healthy, there is no one left in the family to look after her. The depth of human obsession can sometimes open doors that can never be closed. Irma's thirst for revenge didn't just destroy her enemies. It dismantled her own bloodline through a single, tragic mistake. It serves as a grim reminder that when you invite a curse into this world, it doesn't care who it burns, as long as it feeds. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Indonesia's most terrifying true crime-inspired horror, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more cinematic recaps. Until next time, stay safe and be careful what you wish for in the dark.